Good day, Fair Oaks. I'm Kid Rudolph. Plus, explore your artistic path without draining your wallet. The book on how to live a creative lifestyle successfully. Coming up this hour.
Live from across Northern California, this is Good Day.
Well, if you've ever wanted to put your career on hold to follow your creative compass, a new book is telling you how to do it.
It is called How to Be an Artist Without Losing Your Mind, Your Shirt, or Your Creative Compass. So the author, JoAnneh Nagler, is here in studio with us this morning. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
So you say, or your publishing company says, don't fall for the line, do what you love and the money will follow.
Yes.
Don't fall for that. But we hear the starving artist it's a romantic vision.
Interesting you should say that. The milieu for being an artist is either starving or struggling or being a multimillionaire. And what I'm saying in the book is that most of us, the majority of us who are pursuing art with ambition, live somewhere in the middle. And so we have to learn to hold more than one thing at a time. Our day job life, our regular life, we have families, we have careers, right? And we're trying to put our energy towards this other thing. So we need to learn how to hold both things at once. That means we have to deal with the things that come with supporting a good artist life. We can learn how to become a healthy artist, but that means we have to deal with day job, money, work ethics, time. We have to learn how to manage all of those things in a productive way. Right? So that's what the book is all about. It's not just about artistic process. How do we find our way and how do we answer our calling? It's about how do we live while we're doing it.
I'm wondering about, like, not just artists, but everyone who's trying to, I guess, has a different endeavor. Like, I have friends who are musicians.
Absolutely.
All right, and they post all the time on Facebook, and that's all that they do. And it frustrates me, and I'm like, will you please go get a job and then play music at night? It seems like maybe things have changed with different generations, because even a long time ago, professional athletes, because they didn't make as much, had jobs during the year and then played sports during the season, and they went back to their job. Is this a sign of just, I guess, a new generation thinking that they can kind of just do this?
Well, that's a really good point, Ken, because that whole thought that you can just put the cart before the horse, kickstart your career by using debt, and then suddenly you're under the 8 ball. When we do that, then our growing projects have no normal growth arc. I did that the first time. I used debt to fund a music CD and thought it was going to save me. And by the way, I'm using artist in the broadest sense of the word.
Not just painting.
Not just painting, no. It's writer, anybody who's doing
anything creative.
Anything entrepreneurial and creative, this system works for. So one of the things I learned is that people often who have no day jobs and they don't need the money sometimes also have trouble motivating themselves. So our day job really helps us learn time and work ethics by holding our feet to the fire with a schedule. And I'll give you a really interesting example of that. The first time I wrote my first book, I wrote 1 hour a day, 4 days a week. And you always think more is better, but 1 hour a day, 4 days a week, over the course of 6 months gets a lot of work done.
Yeah.
So I wrote a book in a year and a half. And that's where I began to learn these skills, to stop putting the cart before the horse, put strong supports under our feet. The way I like to say it is, artists are sensitive creatures. We don't do starving and struggling well, right? It doesn't serve us well.
It does not look good.
It's like running too much electricity through already delicate circuits, right? And that thought that we have to have that to motivate ourselves, debunk that, because that's what leads to trouble, emotional trouble, financial trouble, right?
And
we don't want that.
Wasn't your first book, ironically, about living without debt?
Exactly.
You should sell it as a set, as a book set.
Totally set.
There's a whole section on money in here.
All right.
So it's money, work ethics, time, motivation, answering the call. But I believe we need to answer the call. When we don't, we're not well.
Good deal. All right, there is the book. If you want to check it out, you can find it on Amazon and other book outlets there. If you have a passion to be an artist, this will give you the tools you can do it without being a starving artist, as they say back in the day. Thanks, JoAnneh Nagler.
And if you order now, you'll throw in the CD that you put everything in debt for?
I'd be happy to.
Because now I have to hear the CD that you could just go into debt just for that CD.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for having me.
Of course.